Well, hi there. You're watching and or listening to Podcast is Broken. I thought about changing the name of the show recently, then I was told I was an idiot by Owen, our producer. So it's Podcast is Broken. That's the name of the show. It's a weekly podcast in which we try to make Canadian news and politics a little bit more funner. My name is Brittlestar.
My name is Steve Boots, and I think we make it downright delightful.
My name is Lisa, and I didn't think of anything. So I think we're just going to make it Bentastic.
I'm not so much mad as I am disappointed.
Yeah, exactly. At both Ben and
It has
you,
no
Lisa.
impact on me whatsoever.
You're both well. I was off the grid last week, and we had a rerun of our Elizabeth May episode, which was fantastic.
Who doesn't love Lizzie?
She is a delight.
She is a delight. There's so many fantastic moments in that episode, and I hope that you had a chance all at home there to re-listen to it, because it is so good.
So what do we think? Should she be running the country?
Yeah.
No,
Why?
absolutely not.
Do you know how much fun it would be? Oh my God.
Absolutely not. No, she should be in the ear of the person who's running the country. That's
Okay,
where she should be. We need truth to power. That's what we need from her.
I just picture like Carney with like one of those coiled up earpieces and May just speaking into her cuff.
And it's just a cord that goes straight to a microphone that Elizabeth's holding.
But it's 48 stories at once, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is my dog. It's actually my daughter's dog. Anyways, yeah, it was. I was off the grid last week up at the cottage. Had a good time. It was lovely weather and all that kind of stuff. And nice sort of summer break. Nice to get back. I haven't been up to the cottage in a while, so it was good to go swimming and all that kind of stuff. And how were you guys?
Great.
Doing well. Went on my camping excursion. I was telling Lisa before you got here, we got a new tent trailer, which is very cool. I'm all about the tent trailer life. But we got it from my wife's brother, and they were in Calgary. So on Monday of that week, we drove up to Calgary, and on Tuesday, we drove back. And my first time ever driving that trailer was on the Deerfoot Trail in Calgary.
It's a busy road.
It is, I would say, the busiest road in the city, if not one of the.
It's like a video game. Deerfoot is like a video
It's like
game.
a multi-lane highway.
Multi-lane highway.
Yeah.
And its layout is very perplexing. And so Dee and I both were like, we got to get on that sucker at like 5 a.m. There's no way we're surviving this.
Now, does your car have because sometimes when you're pulling a trailer, is it a single point of connection? Is the trailer moving around could you feel it when you're moving, when you're driving?
So it actually pulls a trailer really well. We had no issues at all aside from just using staggering amounts of gas on the way home. Right. But beyond that, it drove pretty well. It's actually kind of funny. Like when I bought my car, have I ever told you about like the car buying secret that I used when I bought my car?
I can't wait to hear it. I feel
it's genuinely really fantastic. So when you're buying a car, one of the big issues you have is like the information imbalance. The dealer knows what the car is actually worth and you don't, and you're trying to get the number closest to what the car is actually worth.
Sure.
And so traditionally you're supposed to like negotiate. And I can't remember what book I read it in, but they said like find the car that you want or something very, very similar at 3 different dealerships and say, I am buying a car at the end of the day. Whoever gives me the best price sells a car. And you just leave it at that. And so when it all went down, I got very, very similar prices from 2 different dealerships, but one had the towing package in it. And I was like, well, I'm never going to tow anything, but it's a better deal, so sure, why not? And now I wind up using that towing package all the time.
There you go.
But yeah, that's your best way to negotiate buying a car, is just say, I'm buying a car at the end of the day. Whoever gives me the best price sells a car, and you don't have to jump through all the hoops.
I like that. I like it a lot.
Did you want to take this time to apologize to anybody on the Deerfoot at the same time that you were on the Deerfoot?
Okay. The only person I should probably apologize to is my wife, because I think I might have been a little tense.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think tensions might have been high. No, she navigated, I drove, and we actually largely stayed out of trouble, which was quite good.
Because it can be scary driving with a trailer.
Yeah.
Well, so like in Saskatchewan, it's not, because it's just bare highway,
just
right? Like genuinely, there's like we live pretty close to the edge of town, so we don't really take it through any sort of traffic.
Right.
This was probably the only time we're going to take it through a high traffic area, and I survived. So I'm calling it a W.
Good for you. Bravo. Good for you. That's a win. It's an absolute win. I've driven a Winnebago before, like an RV, and that was difficult. But I think that's even easier than driving with a trailer, though, because there's no waggly bits in the back. It just all moves whatever direction you want to move it in.
Yeah, I didn't experience any waggly bits. There was no waggling.
Oh,
get your minds out of the gutter. And Lisa, you're good. Yeah,
thank you.
That's good. You're just
aside from hearing about your waggly bits.
But I'm so relaxed now that it's okay.
Well, could that be the new podcast title?
Waggly bits. That. It's not bad.
Bits.
I can see the merch already. Actually, it's not bad. I'll discuss it
with
merch
yelling.
This week we're going to play our fantastic new game, Make It Make Sense.
Yay!
There you go. That's the reaction I was looking for.
Are we calling it MIMS for short?
I did today. I wrote in a text message a capital M, lowercase I, and then capital M, capital S, MIMS. Okay. And I thought, that's kind of cool. I like it.
I like it.
I know, right? I think I'm getting a tattoo.
Another merch opportunity.
Just tattoo opportunity. And Make It Make Sense. What happens is I present Steve and Lisa with a headline. The headline is actually comprised of 3 different news stories. So the headline sounds a bit weird, but it's made up of 3 different news stories that all happened in the past 7 days or so. They each get points as I see fit and when I see fit.
They're awarded very capriciously.
Exactly. If you were using the word capriciously gets you a -1.
We're going to tally them at the end of the year and see who won.
-1 for capriciousness.
I think it's capricosity.
Well, that's -2.
Keep going, Steve. I'm just going to sit back.
-2.
Just going to actually my way through this whole video.
That's probably a good idea. And at the end, we tally it up, and then somebody wins, and they win a case of Prime.
Ho, 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 ho.
They don't actually win a case of Prime.
Both of us are going to try and lose on purpose.
If any of you at home would like a case of Prime, just let us know. You can probably coordinate that with the producer of the show.
Yeah, do you have any children you would like to have really, really wound up? We got you.
Do you have no idea what the effects of taurine are or why it works, but you want it in your child's body?
Okay, do you all remember the urban myth about taurine that it was like bull something?
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
That was going around when Red Bull was new.
Yeah. I remember reading maybe you don't remember this, but in the magazine Wired, maybe they still do this, the very last page before the cover, they would do a breakdown. They would like for example, they did Red Bull, and they're like, it's made up of this, this, and they'd be like, here's all the ingredients we could find. We took it to a laboratory and blah, blah, blah. And they said taurine was whatever the amount of taurine was. And they said taurine is thought to increase energy in humans, but no one knows exactly why or how it does that yet. And I thought, I actually stopped me from drinking. I thought, I'm not drinking Red Bull now.
By that, like, that's sort of the same thing that happens with a lot of like meds that people take. Is like, we put it in the body, it helps stuff. We're a little unclear how.
As to why or how.
Only a couple of rats died. Give it a go.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, let's get back to the game. So the game again is Make It Make Sense. I give a headline. The headlines are comprised of 3 different news stories from the past 7 days or so. Steve or Lisa have to guess what those 3 news stories are. Are you ready to play Make It Make Sense?
I have my pen ready. Let's go.
I've got a blank Word document ready to rock.
Oh my God. Okay, fantastic. All right, here we go. Headline number 1, please.
Make it make sense.
There you go. Oh, I love the thing at the end is really great. Despite Trump's tariffs, Justin Trudeau dines with BC ostriches.
Okay, well, I got one for sure.
I'll read it again, just to make sure everyone get a proper chance. Despite Trump's tariffs, Justin Trudeau dines with BC ostriches.
Okay, so the first bit is about Justin Trudeau having dinner with one Katy Perry.
That is correct.
One Catherine Perry.
I think you missed.
Do you call her Catherine, like when you're talking to her?
Yeah, I mean, she goes by her full name.
I think she's referred to now as astronaut Catherine Perry.
Yes, right. Noted astronaut Catherine Perry.
Noted astronaut Buzz Aldrin and Katy Perry. Exactly.
So did you see the photos of Trudeau rocking out at the Katy Perry concert a couple days later?
I did, living his best life.
So I have a fun fact about that.
Oh.
I believe that would make the first current or former world leader to hear Friday by Rebecca Black performed live.
Was Rebecca Black there at the show too?
Rebecca Black was the opener.
Oh,
She's actually got like No, she's actually like pretty cool these days.
She's
got like a solid music career going on and is opening for Katy Perry on a bunch of shows.
Her hotel room was right beside ours in DC at a conference one time, and we had interacted a couple of times. I met her in 2014. Nicest person in the world.
Yeah.
Super
Seems
nice.
like a lovely person. She's
Yeah.
on TikTok and seems pretty cool. But so Justin Trudeau is in all likelihood the only world leader
That's
who have
pretty
heard
good.
Friday performed live.
That's, well, got to get down.
You got to get down on Friday.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking forward to
Anyway,
it.
For those of you who don't know the news story, former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was recently seen having dinner with pop star Katy Perry in Montreal. The two were also photographed walking the singer's dog together.
The scandal.
They could tell it was Katy Perry's dog because it had that big comb bra on.
So I'm always of two minds about this stuff because it is kind of funny, but like at the same time, do we actually care what Justin Trudeau's doing these days?
I
mean,
do.
Yeah, from a celebrity point of view, sure.
I want him to be living his best life. I think he's.
Oh man, did you see the mountain climbing photos in like
they were
was he,
great.
Switzerland?
Switzerland.
That
yeah.
was.
Where he's in a Colbert t-shirt.
I feel like he's going to
Love
start saying the things that he couldn't say before, but he's going to do it in a Trudeau way, which is just like, I'm going to wear the t-shirt.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
all just feels like it's leading up to a podcast.
I saw, there's
He can
two
come
things I
on
want to say about this.
Justin.
One is, what's her name? I've just lost her name. It'll come to me in a second.
Catherine Perry?
No, not that one. Not that one. The first thing I was going to say is that I saw a post online saying, making fun of the fact that he was with Katy Perry, saying this is supposed to be his, like his dad going out with Kim Cattrall or Barbra Streisand, and suggesting that it was nothing like that. It was nothing near that sort of same way. Like, meaning like Katy Perry is not as cool or not as famous. I beg to differ. I think she is just as famous as Barbra Streisand and or Kim Cattrall.
Well, you have to look at the
and they
generation,
have
right? Like,
yeah.
But they also have a shared experience of an abrupt drop in popularity.
and their spouses leaving them. You know, there's a lot to talk about. And like his kid has some music career. So like maybe that's what the connection was. Who the hell cares? Get it, Justin, get it.
I'm for it. I like it.
Live your life, knock yourself out.
The other thing I want to mention about this story with Trudeau and Katy Perry is that it stands out to me as, so Shannon went to school with Trudeau as a kid. I have chatted with and met with Trudeau before. We're not really close by any stretch of the imagination. We're not really close friends by any means. However, I am much more close with Jonathan Scott, property brother guy, and I've known him for a number of years. And when he started going out with Zooey Deschanel, I remember meeting him at a thing, and I said to him, are you really going? It was just rumors. I was, are you really going out with Zooey Deschanel? Because Zooey Deschanel and Katy Perry to me are like cartoon characters. They're not real people. And suddenly when people you know are dating them, it seems weird to me.
So I'm not sure where you're going.
No,
with
I
I
get what you're saying. I get what you're saying because like they're over here, right? And so when it's people you know, even though the people
like,
you
they're not
know
real people, they're in your
are
phone.
over here, maybe not over there, but are over here. It's still. Did I miss the episode where isn't she married to Orlando Bloom?
She was.
I believe that is no longer the case or pending to be.
I don't really keep up on my.
I think they have kids though, don't they? I think it's fairly
so.
amicable. But
I know shockingly little about Katy Perry's personal life.
But you took the point.
Because I'm awesome.
Because everybody
let's
knew
move
that.
on. Headline again is despite Trump's tariffs, Justin Trudeau dines with BC ostriches.
Is the BC ostriches that BC ostrich farm where all the ostriches need to be put down?
I'm going to give you the point for that. That's correct. There you go. At least it's a point. A U.S. billionaire is trying to save hundreds of ostriches from being euthanized at a British Columbia farm. The billionaire, a prominent animal rights advocate and seemingly a fan of ostriches, has offered to buy the birds and relocate them to a sanctuary. The farm owner, however, says the decision to cull the animals is final and related to financial and operational issues, which is a weird thing to say, I think.
It's all so weird. Like it is the most terminally online news story imaginable. Like people out in the real world who aren't like on Twitter all day have no idea what's going on with this.
Everybody likes animals.
And like, Because
true.
they all, I guess a bunch of them got bird flu and then got better, but now they're not.
Yeah.
But that's
I
the
don't
worry.
know why they need to be culled as a
that's the
result
worry.
now?
That's the worry.
That they didn't get better or what?
Well, that once one gets it, right, they all get it at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know how bird flu works, but
There must be something involved in insurance or something that the reason that the farm would not, like, unless the farm's saying this is too dangerous.
But like everyone in the sort of conservative reactosphere has a take on it. Like, didn't RFK weigh in on this?
probably.
He just pulling his van up to
He's
the
like,
farm, probably.
I got a place on my wall for
Slap
one
a
of
couple of
these.
those babies on top of the van.
He's just like, it's another thing I can eat, baby.
Can we put them on the back? Not on the back's full of whale and bear.
Strap them to the roof.
Oh man.
Anyway,
Well, that's good. Well, excellent. So you've each got a point. I'd have noted down the use of capricious and
Capricosity.
capricosity. There we go. I
I'm
couldn't
pretty
say
sure that's a word I made up.
it. And for correcting me, I'm going to give you -3.
This feels slanted.
So finally, we have despite Trump's tariffs, Justin Trudeau dines with BC ostriches. We've got Justin Trudeau. We've got the ostrich story. We have one story remaining, which is kind of a broad.
I was going to say, I feel like
story.
saying tariff and Trump, that could be 50
I'm gonna give
different.
you-
Okay.
I'm going to give you each a point for that.
I was actually reading about this today. My theory on the despite is that it's because the Stats Canada came out with the GDP numbers and
We're doing fine.
we're actually doing pretty okay.
Yeah, the economy's on the up, which is great. Well,
A GDP contraction of 0.1% isn't really on the up. It's more
but the
like
economy's
on the
doing okay.
flat.
Well,
The
flat
economy's
is
doing
better
okay.
than dip. So
Although,
Exactly.
did you see like the most of the economic numbers were pretty good, and like it seems like we're weathering the tariffs pretty well. They held the interest rate steady, which is probably a sign that we're doing okay. But the craziest one is the job vacancy rate has plummeted. Nobody is listing jobs right now, which is slightly terrifying.
But I think that's what happens, right? When there's uncertainty, is that people are going to like wait and see.
That's exactly it.
It's a great term. It's called fiscal tightening.
Yeah, fiscal.
When things are uncertain, nobody wants to spend any money.
Nope. So many
Don't do
jokes. Not going to make any of them.
That's why I'm not
gonna make any
buying
of those jokes.
that Birkin bag I've had my eye on.
Well, you have the.
Are they
Because
still a
have
thing?
the
it causes fiscal tightening.
When I tried to think of a super expensive thing, that's the only one I could
Don't you
think
go to
of.
the doctor for fiscal? Anyway,
I think you do. You can get a cream. It loosens it right up.
There's an ointment at least.
Oh, I don't like the word ointment.
Well, just for that, we're going to talk about
It's-
ointments so much more
Ointment is
often.
never
Yeah,
for a good
exactly.
thing. Anyway,
Oh, it sounds like a medical product by a pig. I like it. Well, that's ointment.
do we know what the
Sorry.
headline is? Did we just bypass that?
So, despite Trump's tariffs, is based on the news story of Canada-U.S. trade negotiations may not conclude by August 1st, Carney says. Carney has indicated that Canada's trade deal with the United States may not be finalized by the August 1st deadline, no guff, imposed by President Donald Trump. This news comes amid ongoing global trade tensions and threats of new tariffs from the U.S. The negotiations are described as being down to the wire and both sides working out to reach an agreement. I think the whole tariff thing, this is why I'm not a politician. I would be like, oh, we're done. We're not talking anymore. I'm not even going to answer the phone anymore.
Yeah.
Because what's the point? Because this guy's Trump's going to make a deal, and then he's going to come back and be like, I don't want this deal
But
anymore.
the problem is that we don't answer the phone, but another country answers the phone, and now we're not just dealing with Trump. We have to deal with the other country that answered the phone. Like it's complicated, and I get it.
Are you running for office?
Absolutely not.
You should.
Can
You
you
should.
imagine? Can you
She's
imagine?
running.
Yeah, no.
Is it too late to sign up in Battle River Crowfoot?
We could just get people there to write your name in, can't we?
maybe,
Now it's all
maybe.
written ballot.
Write-in candidate Lisa
Yeah.
B. What's her last name? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry
None
about
of
it.
business.
Lisa B in brackets TikTok. That's all you need.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I think there's no arguing with Trump, and because I think I hate watching the other countries, because you're right, Lisa. I think that if we operated in just a place where it was just Canada and the U.S., that's different. We'd have to find a way to work it out. But there's too many other players involved and big players involved.
Starmer always fucks us up. Sorry, I'm just going to say it.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I think he just does.
Well, that's because he has had his backbone surgically removed at this point.
It is not awesome to watch.
It's kind of embarrassing. And like, I'm not a super avid watcher of UK politics, but man, Labour is in some serious trouble.
I may have said this before, and I think one of the biggest issues I have with Keir Starmer is that he's one of few politicians that I could probably portray easily enough if I change my hair with a little bit of makeup.
Can we do his?
Just
I don't want to now.
Befuddled and devoid of conviction.
I think I can do Tim Walz or Keir Starmer.
Okay, well,
That's my range.
I'll be waiting for that video.
If you're going to do Tim Walz, you just have to like beg Canadians to come back to your state.
Did you guys see that post of his?
He's made a few now.
Oh, it's like Americans just aren't getting it.
Come back, guys. We probably won't send you to an El Salvador gulag.
Well, that's exactly it. As you said, Lisa, it's the instability that's the biggest problem, right? And that's the problem. And as we were talking about there before I got sidelined by my own brain, talking about Keir Starmer and how I could dress up like Keir Starmer and Tim Walz, and that's my range. What was I saying?
We were
again?
all here. Go ahead.
You were talking about how handsome Keir Starmer and Tim Walz are.
That's right. But the problem is that we watch other countries deal with him, and it doesn't matter. Like there's been, like you think over the past, this has only been 6 months that Trump's been in power, and the amount of back and forth, nonsense deadlines, nonsense big talk, even
Tariffs
the more
on
recent
penguins.
Oh my God, just craziness. The even right up to the Canada saying that they were going to recognize the statehood of Palestine, and him saying, well, that's it, we can't, it's going to be pretty hard to make a deal now. It's like, it's just something. It's always going to be something.
Yep.
Is there any way around it?
A little bit. So
Steve's been holding out.
No, trade with the US, we're still covered by Kuzma until next year.
Right.
And so he can only apply this stuff to non-Kuzma compliant goods. And at present, like 90% of exports to the US are Kuzma compliant. So it's going to wind up like the current effective tariff rate, something like 2.5% or something like that across the economy. So it's not going to be a humongous impact right away because most of the stuff that's not Kuzma compliant already isn't crossing the border.
It's just assuming that he follows what he wants to follow, right? It's like when he was talking about how Canada has put a burden on dairy farmers in the U.S. because of our taxing system. Nobody's met the threshold, but nobody looks into that kind of stuff and they go, "Oh my God, Canada's been tariffing milk for centuries." It's like, no, that's not happening.
Although I was looking through those tariffs. And like when you like the technical terms for stuff are so funny because one of the big categories that's covered a lot is spent fowl. And I was like, what is that? So I'm curious to hear, what do you think
Steve's
spent
nickname
fowl
Tired
is?
ducks?
college.
I don't know. What is that?
Spent fowl. Spent fowl coming out tonight? No.
It is laying hens that are past hen laying age.
Oh.
We couldn't say menopausal
Spent
fowl.
And apparently earlier this year we had like a real problem with spent fowl fraud at the border.
Wow.
Say that 5 times fast. Spent fowl fraud.
You spend enough time down rabbit holes, you find out the weirdest stuff about old chickens and stuff.
Come out with a mouthful of spinster chickens.
There you go, exactly.
They're all just living together.
They're a burden on
arm
their
in arm
family.
going to market.
Well, good for you guys. You covered all those headlines
and more
in that story, and more.
And then we
Exactly.
rambled for a while.
Yeah, but Trump's tariffs, of course, Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry, and then, of course, the U.S. billionaire pushing for the stay of execution of the hundreds of ostriches at a BC farm. Let's move on to headline number 2. Let's actually do the count back of the points. Let's do a tally here. We don't have a computer noise. We can maybe get a computer noise.
Oh, I want it to be
Steve
like an
has 2.
old modem sound.
That's like a haunted house. Okay, what?
2 points for Steve and 2 points for Lisa.
Oh, he even carried the 1. Look at that.
He was at -2 going into this. How is he at 2 now?
That's a discretionary. It's a discretionary -2 he's at currently.
Those have been wiped off the board for me calling him handsome.
Exactly.
playing that game.
Welcome to the real world, Lisa. Headline number 2. Owen, when you're ready.
Make it make sense.
There you go. Blue Hackle bicycles strikes fear in Alberta. Again, I'll read it to you. I'll also stop speaking like Yoda.
Read it to you, I will.
Read it to you again. Blue Hackle bicycles strikes fear in Alberta. What 3 news stories are they referring to?
I think I got one. I think one is about the court decision about bike lanes in Toronto.
I knew.
Well done. Point for Steve. That's correct.
And it's a big decision. It's very precedent setting. So basically, the court case found that getting rid of the bike lanes violates life, liberty, security of the person.
Yep. Yeah.
Charter right to life and security of the person.
Well, essentially unconstitutional. So yes. Yeah, exactly.
But the other interesting thing is they also in the ruling, I'm no legal eagle, but I have a suspicion this ruling may run into some hiccups on appeal. Because they also ruled
Steve's known as a spent eagle.
Spent eagle. They also found, if I remember right, correct me if I'm wrong, because I feel like you've got the story in front of you. About
it's just a summary. I don't really know that many details.
But they ruled about induced demand. They basically ruled saying like if you get rid of a traffic lane for a bike lane, that doesn't automatically make more traffic.
Yeah.
And that's pretty significantly precedent setting. I question if it'll hold up on appeal, but they're going to try.
Yeah, it was quite something. Exactly as you said, the Ontario courts ruled the provincial government's plan to remove 3 major bike lanes in Toronto is unconstitutional. It's a major setback. Now, I drive in Toronto a fair amount, and I appreciate the bike lanes. I find them slightly terrifying as a driver. I find them terrifying because when you're turning as like it's John Street in maybe King coming up to John, and you turn and you have to be very careful because you're watching pedestrians, you're watching other cars turning left, you're watching then you're watching the cyclists zipping up across at the same time when you're trying to turn right. And everybody's going to share the road. I totally get that. I understand. But makes driving more challenging. But that's fine.
So the thing is, though, like cyclists don't want to ride around cars either.
Yeah.
Right? Like nobody enjoys one another's company in this context. That's why protected bike lanes are so important because it keeps you away from one another. Right? Like if you
until you cross paths, so that's the problem. And I don't know how to deal with that.
By having the car stop generally.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're totally right. I know that I have been in cities where you've got cyclist lanes. I think there's some in Canada as well, where there's cyclist lanes that have lights, their own lights. It's like, yeah, I'm all for that. That's great. Because as a driver, I don't want to hit anybody on a bike either. That's key.
You're not going to like the other part of the solution. No rights on reds.
Oh, no, you got to go.
Okay, so you got to go.
I got places to be, Steve. I don't have time to wait for your
rights
lights.
on reds are one of the most dangerous things that traffic does. Genuinely.
Anyway, so in downtown Edmonton, we have bike lanes, right? And it's just a whole big, debacle. I have no problems with bike lanes, but it is very confusing when you are a vehicle not wanting to hit a cyclist. So the bike lane is next to you, obviously. It's the lighting system that is the concern because there's the bike lane light and then there's your lane light. And there's nothing saying you can't turn right on a red, which means that you would be crossing into the bike lane. Like it's right. Very confusing, can't right? So I just avoid downtown Edmonton, which is part of the problem, the Chamber of Commerce of downtown Edmonton. That's why nobody goes downtown anymore. Yeah, so I'm not.
It's those damn bikes.
No, it's the damn lights that nobody's taught anybody how to use. Sorry.
So for me, like the example to look at is Paris. Like Paris added massive amounts of bike infrastructure and has become like a bike city in a relatively short period of time. And one of the ingredients in that Canada has neglected sorely is they did a huge public education and training campaign along the way. Because people initially were like, well, we hate this. And it's like, okay, we're going to teach all of y'all how all this works. We're going to do public courses, public safety days. We're going to do bike training, all this sort of stuff. And then it was fine because people actually knew what they were supposed to do and where they're supposed to go. And there was an agreed upon set of rules. Whereas right now, you've got a lot of people who are just kind of doing whatever they want. And it doesn't work very well.
So here's the thing, and this might be a controversial take.
From you? Never.
I know, right? But like if a car hits another car and there's damage, you go through insurance. If a bicycle hits you, you're out of luck. Like, I mean, you go through your insurance, but I mean, like, you don't get anything from a cyclist, right? Maybe we need to insure cyclists.
Yeah, I have trouble imagining pulling over a 5-year-old on their little
Not a
push bike and
5-year-old.
being like, you got your papers, kid?
Classic.
I believe you're being
response.
obtuse, Steve.
It's being capricious.
I'm trying to get a point for my words.
Someone who wears too many capris.
No, but like cyclists, like actual cyclists who cycle, right? Like I don't mean kids doing it, but like I'm thinking downtown Edmonton because that's what I know.
The spandex people.
The spandex people with the helmets and yeah. But like, even for a cyclist, well, whatever, it doesn't matter.
No, I know what you're saying.
You know what
I know
I'm
what you're saying. Yeah, I totally know what you're saying. And I love the idea of cycling. I think that the problem is that you've got to, there needs to be, cyclists and cars and drivers don't mix great.
No.
Because as someone who's a driver, you're concerned about not hitting anyone. And you're also concerned about not having someone hit your car or you hit your car into something and wrecking your car. As a cyclist, you're concerned about your life not dying, which is fair.
Primarily. Yeah.
Primarily. And I think there has to be better systems, and maybe the Parisian system is a good system. I'm not sure, but I like the idea of like you just can't trust people to make the right decisions. You have to make it idiot simple, and it has to be either a light system that's idiot simple, or it has to be totally separate paths between places. Because I think people on the bikes in Toronto, they go fast.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of electric bikes as well these days too that are going 40 kilometers an hour.
Those are a whole different set of challenges.
Yeah.
The
scooters.
I don't know if either of you have been fed like enormous amounts of TikTok content about it, like I have, of people who work in emergency rooms who are like, e-bikes and e-scooters are crazy dangerous. Be so careful.
Yeah. Because you can really get going. You can get a head injury very, very easily. So that's your takeaway, everyone who's listening at home. Be careful.
Wear a helmet.
Wear a helmet.
Even in the car.
Even in the car, you'll look cool as hell.
At all times.
And very threatening in traffic, actually. If you're wearing a helmet, you're driving your car in the middle of downtown Toronto. The guy next to you wants to get into your lane, looks over and sees you're wearing a helmet. Yeah,
they're just going to give
you look
full
out.
face cage.
We used to have a car that had a smashed right side wing mirror. Nobody ever messed with us on that side of the car because it looked like we had just taken somebody out with it. And you did look over at whenever they meet their eye and just be like, no, just try me. See the mirror?
How'd you wreck the mirror?
You'd be like, look at Keir Starmer's car.
Did Keir Starmer hit someone with his wing mirror? I think it might have been Tim Walz.
Might have been.
Let's go back to the headline. Blue Hackle bicycles strike fear in Alberta. We've got the bicycles part. Blue Hackle bicycles strikes fear in Alberta.
The problem is fear in Alberta is so,
it's so broad.
Like, I don't know. Albertans are scared of basically everything at this point.
Is the answer living in Alberta?
Yeah. Is it measles?
No, it's not.
Okay,
it's pronounced measles.
Yeah. Only if you're not vaccinated. What else is scary in Alberta?
Is it the Battle River Crowfoot election?
No, but you're getting closer. Getting closer.
Oh, is it that candidate who stopped canvassing because of the threats?
No, it's not.
That was a really long pause.
I know. I wanted to make it more dramatic. I wanted to make it more dramatic. No, it is. Do you want a hint?
Yes, please.
Okay. Actually, this is going to be a bit of a giveaway multiple choice, but that's okay. I'll let you guys have it because we've talked enough about this. Plus, also Alberta gets a lot of airtime.
Fuck Alberta. Okay, next.
It's in regards to a petition that's been approved in Alberta to hold a referendum on what topic? A, the province's official bird, B, a new provincial flag, or C, whether
C.
Alberta should remain
C.
a part of
I said C before you.
At least I got the point. There you go. Petition on seeking a referendum on whether Alberta should remain a part of Canada has been approved by Elections Alberta. The petition's approval allows for a formal campaign to gather the necessary signatures to trigger a vote. This development signals a growing and formalized separatist movement within the province. There you go.
It's interesting because correct me if I'm wrong. It's under the old rules from before Danielle Smith revised them, so they have to get like a really humongous number of signatures.
Right.
300,293 or something.
I don't know. Do they have a shot?
Yep.
Do they really? Do you think
To
so?
get 300,000 signatures? Absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Can they do it online, or does it have
No,
to be physical signatures?
It has to be physical signatures. People can only have signed once.
That's
But
a big hill to climb,
How
man.
do you tell in a petition like that? How can you tell the difference between one X and another?
Because you're going to have to put your address and everything as well, right?
That was
Thanks,
a cheap Alberta joke,
Thanks,
Brittlestar.
Steve. I appreciate that.
That was a cheap Alberta joke, but I'm here for it.
I was
Thank
here
you.
to educate. I wasn't aware this was a game.
Well, you're currently tied, so
Yeah, no, I think it's doable. They have till October 28th. So,
but there's no. I mean, what? Exactly. I see. We agree. That's the main part. I have a hard time understanding how anyone in Alberta would look at potential separatist movement and say, "Yep, I think that's going to work out great for us."
no, okay. So maybe I'm confused. Okay, there's two questions that have been brought forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the one that the good question was already approved for a go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
The bad question has now been deferred by Elections Alberta to the Court of King's Bench because it has to be reviewed to see if it doesn't breach any rules of the Constitution.
Yeah.
So if the bad side's question gets approved, which it can't because the questions have to be they can't be paralleled questions, then they would only have to get 177,000 signatures in 120 days. The good question, which has been approved, has 90 days to get 300,000 signatures.
So, can you explain to me what you mean by good question and bad question?
So the question that was approved first was, should Alberta remain in Canada, right? Like that would be
Okay.
the referendum question. The
Yeah.
bad
But that one doesn't need to be checked for constitutionality because it's keeping things the same.
Yeah, it's status quo, right?
Okay.
So the other question, the bad people, it's like, should Alberta secede, blah, 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 and cease to be a part of the, whatever. It's a very long question, but it's basically, should Alberta leave? They didn't file theirs before the good one was filed. That's a whole thing. But anyhow, that question is being sent to the courts for review to see if it actually meets the test of a referendum question and doesn't breach the Constitution.
But have you encountered anyone in Alberta who thinks, yeah, this is what we should do?
Well, online, sure, you see people.
Yeah.
You saw it
I
in
don't
the
know
Battle
how much
River.
I believe that online, though.
You saw it I saw it when I was watching the Battle River Crowfoot debate. Right? There were at least 2, maybe 3, of the candidates.
Did they look like people who might say that kind of opinion?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, in the Battle River Crowfoot debate, highlight easily was Bonnie Critchley saying everyone who can vote raise their hand, and not a lot of hands went up.
Right. Including Pierre's. He can't even vote in his own goddamn race.
Including Paulia.
Yeah. So like, I think there, of course, there's people that think separation is the best for Alberta. Just like a lot of times when they make their decisions, they don't have all the information or they haven't processed the information correctly to know that actually no. Forget the fact that we can't really because of the whole treaty thing. But yeah, so I believe there are people that think, yeah, let's do it.
Right.
Let's go. So anyway, how did we get on this topic?
I don't know, but side topic though, I did really enjoy. I have been enjoyed Bonnie Critchley in the debate and also online. Her content.
She's
great. She's running against Pierre Poilievre for those who don't know.
She's pretty obviously to the right of me, but most people are.
That's most people.
But
she's to the right of Stewart. Like, she's a conservative. Let's be real.
I love and talk about this. How I am framed as like this extreme capitalist.
No. I don't think you're a capitalist.
No,
at
you're
all.
libbed up.
You're just
Libbed up. There you go.
Yes. I was hoping the button was ready. But like my suspicion is, and like this is entirely my own speculation, but if Poilievre does lose to Critchley, there's a pretty decent chance she caucuses with the Conservatives eventually, right? Like she seems pretty ideologically aligned with them.
Yeah.
It's still small town Alberta.
Interesting. Okay, let's move on. We've got Blue Hackle bicycle strikes fear in Alberta. We've got the bicycles. We've got fear in Alberta.
I think we're going to need a hint on the blue hackle. I think we're going to need a hint.
Okay.
Like the hackles.
Our hackles are up.
Like, okay, all right.
Here's your multiple choice. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Here goes. What is, it doesn't matter. What is the Blue Hackle Mafia? A, an informal group within the Canadian Army being investigated for misconduct. B, a new political party in Alberta. Or C, a secret society of Canadian chefs.
A.
Oh, it's A. I beat you that time.
He did beat you.
What? I said A and he said O. It's A. Whatever. That's fine.
I'm going to give you each a point.
Thank you.
I'll accept this.
Okay. You're correct.
Reluctantly.
Canadian Army Brigade Commander has stepped down from their post amid an investigation into a secret Army subgroup called the Blue Hackle Mafia. The group is being investigated for misconduct, though the details of the misconduct have not been made public. The resignation is a significant development in the ongoing investigation of the informal group's activities. So there you go.
So it's a group that's under investigation for things that we don't know about, who have conducted actions that we don't know about. That's the vaguest news story I've heard in a while.
But it's military, so it's got to be true, right?
Exactly.
Sorry.
Totally true. I did see today that one of the higher ups in the Canadian military was saying that part of your duty as a member of the Canadian military is to call out extremism when you see it. So that's good.
Like those guys in Quebec that had all those pew-pews for no reason at all?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Do you think they're connected? Do you think the Blue Hack, whatever it is, the Mafia?
Blue Hackle Mafia, maybe. I don't know.
How did they get the name Blue Hackle Mafia?
Wu-Tang Clan was taken?
Too much.
Grown.
Let's just move on. Headline number 3, please. Headline number 3.
Make it make sense.
There you go. Ottawa's political donors buy Hudson's Bay at low value. Again, the headline is Ottawa's political donors buy Hudson's Bay at low value.
Doesn't Loblaws want
news stories.
Doesn't Loblaws want to buy Hudson's Bay?
No, they got bought by Canadian Tire, didn't they?
No, but they want to buy something from Hudson's Bay.
They want to sell off it might be Loblaws want to buy the retail locations, right? They want to take over some of the retail leases?
No. They wanted to buy something from. Shit! I saw it. Now I don't know what it is. I know
you're so close.
I knew it was Loblaws because I was grown.
You're so close. Drill down from Loblaws.
Oh,
if you make enough gestures, it's going to come to you. Can
Galen.
we get a
Galen.
hint?
Is it Galen?
Yeah, I'll let you do
Galen
that.
Western? Okay.
That's exactly.
Okay, how did she get a point for just yelling Galen a bunch of times?
Because I see the story in my
you
head.
didn't, Steve.
You didn't say
Galen,
shit.
Galen.
If it's so easy to yell Galen, maybe do it.
I just did, literally just now. Do I get a point?
Second. You did it second.
You're not first, you're last. Okay.
Exactly. Yes, and they're trying to do what, Lisa?
They're
What
trying
is
to.
Galen? What's the Weston family trying to do? Do you want to? Actually, I'll give you a multiple choice.
Okay.
You ready? Multiple choice. The Weston family is looking to buy a historic document from what company? A, the Hudson's Bay Company.
A.
B, the Royal Bank of Canada. C, the Canadian Pacific Railway. Did you say A? You got the point.
Woo!
Exactly. Documents have
He's so
revealed that the
mad.
Weston family.
I'm just astonished at the easiness of that multiple choice question. I was so taken aback.
Well, you're probably just angered by
Galen.
Galen.
Documents have revealed that the Weston family, a prominent Canadian family, wants to purchase the historic Hudson's Bay Company charter. Their plan is to donate the document to the Canadian Museum of History. The charter is a historically significant document that granted the company its original trading rights. So there you go. Good for you. That's a point for Lisa. There you go.
It shouldn't have to be bought. It should just be given. And because I don't want the Galens to have any mitts on that.
But if they
who's in
donate
possession of it right now?
I think Hudson's Bay still is like the Saks Fifth Avenue company. Or not, it's not Saks Fifth Avenue, rather. It's HBC Canada that still owns it.
Just give it. What are you going to do with it?
I know.
You're not coming back to business.
I just picture somebody like wiping their mouth with it, like Homer with the stonecutter charger.
Like one of the leftover marketing people at HBC are at their house for dinner and they're like, hey, you want to see something cool? They open a closet door and on the back of the door is the charter.
They're using it to like cover their windows instead of a Hudson's blanket.
Hudson's blanket, a Toronto Maple Leafs flag.
And the charter. Okay, that was fun.
So you got a point. That was good. That was basically the story for that part. So we'll read the headline again. Okay. Ottawa's political donors buy Hudson's Bay at low value. We've got the Hudson's Bay part. We need to get the other two.
Gonna need a hint on the Ottawa political donors because that covers a lot of bases.
Yeah.
All right.
He always seems disappointed when we pick
Galen.
Well, I'll give Steve a point for that.
He deserves
One Galen point.
He deserves
that deducts from your capricious point from before.
My capricosity.
Now you're back up. Hang on a second.
There's some English major just screaming at their phone.
I hope people enjoy this because we're just having a heck of a good time.
Oh, we're having such a good time.
Yeah, we're just screwing around here.
Yeah, we're totally screwing around because I just realized that the news story that doesn't match with the 7 o'clock ticking.
Nobody gets the point.
I'm going to change the headline.
Oh, God. Now we're aiming at moving targets.
I'm changing the headline. This is good. The music's really helping. Let me see. I'm going to call it.
What I think we need is marimba music playing softly behind us so we sound really smart like YouTubers.
Poor Owen's going to have to like shrink this
Chop this all down.
segment down.
Yeah. No, the story doesn't even match. I just realized the 3-line summary doesn't even match the headline.
I knew it.
Damn it. I thought I'd checked all that, but apparently not. I switched some headlines around, and apparently I switched that one. So we got one part of the headline to remain, which is the words low value. I'm going to give you both a point, just to keep it quiet. I'm going to give you each a point. Hang on. There you go.
Yeah, why don't we get a hint on the low value?
Is that condos?
Multiple choice. The U.S., that's the United States, is ending a tariff exemption on what type of goods? A, Canadian maple syrup. B, items from the Weston family's personal collection.
C.
Or C, low-value packages entering the country. Good for you. Lisa gets the point.
What the hell?
Galen.
Right now, I don't even care if it's the right answer.
So much bullshit.
It's pissing him off so much that it's just so enjoyable.
The U.S. government is ending the de minimis tariff exception for all low-value packages entering the country. That should be good news for Trump.
That's
a package joke.
Going to be a huge problem for all those like small item shipping companies like Shein and Temu.
I'll give you a point for that
things.
as well. I'll give you a point for that. That's a little
hey,
there you go.
Well, so that's like their whole business model is like to skip around tariffs by sending individual things.
Sure. The change means that many smaller low-cost online purchases from foreign sellers will now be subject to customs duties and tariffs. The move is expected to primarily impact online shoppers and businesses that ship a high volume of small, low-value items to the U.S. I believe the number was $800. So that's a lot of stuff shipped for less than $800 bucks.
So, yeah, you're going to have trouble buying incredibly flammable clothing from China. Buckle up, folks. So
Some of us like incredibly flammable clothing from China. Steve.
Hey, I have the most flammable shirt that I own. I'll wear it on set while we're in stream one time.
Okay, good.
Is D got me a T-shirt from Temu because she saw I saw it when I was scrolling Facebook and laughed really hard, and she tracked it down. And it is, I believe, Jesus elbow dropping a dinosaur.
Oh, that's pretty good. I like that.
It might be Macho Man Randy Savage elbow dropping Jesus. I can't remember specifically.
I'd rather have the dinosaur.
But it's like the weirdest thing I own. I love it so much. but
wanna
like
see
it is the most plastic T-shirt imaginable.
Don't we pay duty on stuff?
We do, but I think not from the U.S. necessarily.
Oh, okay.
If it's over, I think it has to be over $800. Yeah, I'm trying to think. You're right though, because I think that sometimes like UPS will ding you for
Right?
Yeah.
Like if
De
you
minimis,
brokerage.
de minimis is only for the U.S. That's their internal trade policy.
So it's them coming to the U.S., not us.
I think we have some de minimis exemptions from some places, but I'm not 100% sure. But it's not quite as large scale as the
I
US.
just like the sound of de minimis.
It's fun to say,
Yeah.
right?
It is pretty
Right
good.
up there
and
with Galen.
No one laughed at my joke when I said the de minimis tariff exception for all low-value packages entering the country. That should be good news for Trump coming back from his...
Oh.
Thank you.
Sounds
Low
like somebody
value-
watched South Park last week.
Low-value packages.
Did you watch the South Park last week?
I saw clips of
Well,
it.
I saw
Yes.
clips of it. That was enough for me.
They,
That was enough for me
It's
as well.
too real.
yeah, they really went for the gold. I was
Yeah.
doing everything they can to blow up.
I
blow
am
up
glad
Paramount.
that they have that huge deal and they got from Paramount and they made $1.5 billion in their deal. And that's amazing. And I'm glad they came out swinging, blunt, direct on the episode. I did watch it, but it did remind me that I'm not really a fan of South Park. I don't know if it came out after me or whatever, but I don't have any
I don't
problems
know.
with it.
It's
not for me.
it's childish humor being written by men in their 40s and 50s. Like it's
Right? Like they're old now when it first started. Like,
Yeah.
Also, like I don't know, how edgy can you be as a $1 billion industry?
Not
know?
very. Yeah. Yeah, probably not.
It was pretty edgy though.
It was pretty edgy.
It
Maybe
was,
not
true.
too much edgy as
Shocking? I don't know.
excessively
Pushing
graphic.
limits?
Yeah.
Like,
I think like young, immature humor.
Yeah.
And not in a bad way, just meaning just to describe it, like
Yeah.
juvenile humor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the same reason why we're going to see Naked Gun this weekend.
It's totally different, Steve. It's totally different.
uh,
Watch your dirty mouth.
what's the points?
Let's calculate now at the end of the game after our one headline blowout. There always seems to be one headline that just goes awry, and that was no exception. Today was no exception for that. I'm
We
gonna
appreciate
tally-
your consistency.
Thank you. If we could have the clock ticking in marimba back for the calculating of points, it'd be great. That's me adding. That's me writing.
I just picture him with like the green visor and like the calculator that puts
Turning
out
on a bank
the
light,
big
a banker light.
spool of paper on it.
Yeah. I've got the perfect thing for that next week. Okay. All right. If I carry the...
Amazing.
If I carry the 1 and subtract the 4, Steve has 6 points. That's a lot of points.
I stand by that.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't subtract for his capriciousness and capricosity.
Caprosity.
Yeah, it was too much. It really wasn't. We should just
Put a
deduct
cap
him.
on that.
Oh my God. Lisa has 7 points. Lisa is the winner this week.
That's more than 6.
That was pretty great. Congratulations.
We're fighting now.
Was it booing and then it started to clap?
Well, there's different.
They were
different
saying
people
boo
in the
earns.
audience.
Boo.
Different people in the audience. There's some fans of Steve and there's some fans of Lisa.
Fair.
That's yeah. So
We really do split the room.
We do.
Literally, we have to. It's like soccer matches in Britain. We have to bust the fans in separately. They come in through separate entrances. There's a
They have our
divider between
jerseys
them.
on.
Oh, it's scarves. Toques, if you're a fan of Steve and claim there's still global warming.
How hot is it in Ontario?
22.
Never stops making me laugh that the primary criticism that I face on the internet is sometimes this man wears a hat.
Well, it drives all of us nuts. And I'm glad you're not wearing it today.
Oh.
I mean, I like to showcase the hair for the audio medium.
It's nice. For those of you listening at home, Steve's hair is lush.
Mm-hmm. It
There
is.
you go.
Quite.
Luxurious.
Very nice. So
Ever
there you
since
go.
that trip to Turkey.
Congratulations, Lisa. We'll be sending nonstop shipments of Prime energy drink to you. I hope you enjoy it. Try the Moon Juice. It's the best one. And for all of you listening at home and watching right now, thank you so much for watching it or listening to Podcast is Broken. You can find us, of course, at brittlestar.com or podcastisbroken.ca or your favorite podcast platform. We greatly appreciate it. For those of you who are paid subscribers, get ready for this amazing improvised theme song that's coming up right now. For the rest of you, get out of here. Thanks so much. Take care. See ya.
Bye, everybody.
You can find past episodes and more at podcastisbroken.ca or your favorite podcast platform.